like we used to watch a show Intervention, me and my friends, and we were all on drugs. And we would actually watch it high, and it was funny. And the show Intervention, I think it might have been on A&E. I forget where Intervention was, but it was a similar concept where basically it's an intervention. Everybody knows what that is. The person has a severe drug problem, and A&E, and they have a severe drug problem, and somebody would go and say, hey, you want to go out for ice cream? And the person would go, not really, because they were drunk. You know, like, that's cold out. And they go, get in the car. We're going to take you. It's going to be good. And then they would take them to, like, someone's house, and then they'd be like, this isn't the ice cream parlor. And then they would sit down, and then everybody would read them a letter about how their addiction had impacted them. By the way, interventions are incredibly selfish things. They're incredibly selfish. It highlights all the worst characteristics of your family, and it's why you do these drugs in the first place. Truly, like when you see what interventions are, it's people just opening up a letter and reading about how your behavior has negatively affected them. And it's really kind of just like, they'll be like, the first time you started smoking crack, you came home late, and I was waiting for you all night. I couldn't sleep. And then my shift next morning, I was so tired, and I've been worried about you for so long. I have not been able to exercise. Like, it just gets to a point where it's like, you know, it should just be like you're killing yourself. It's obvious to all of us, you got to go to rehab. But what it becomes is people in your family complaining about how you've fucked them up. And some of these people get angry, and some of the people make good points. You ever seen a heroin addict make a good point on intervention? When someone's like, yeah, you know, my kids and this, that, and the other thing, and sometimes a heroin addict will be like, that's your problem. And you'll agree with the meth head. You'll agree with the meth head junkie and intervention. You'll go, I got to be honest. Yes, they have track marks all over them, and they're sucking dick for a fucking, you know, they're huffing glue. But they do make a good point. Like, it's not their job to fucking make sure you have enough time to spend with your kids. But it's that type of show where it's like nobody, by the way, you're watching this show. It's not that you don't want the person to get help, right? You don't have an investment, but the crazier they are and the more resistant they are to help, the show is better. The show is not good if the person goes, you're correct. I fucked everything up. I'm sorry, and I'm getting help. You want them to struggle. You want one episode, one woman ran out of the thing and she's running in the park. You want that. If you're watching a show about interventions, you want them to fight for it. You want them to fight, and it's the drug. It's not even the person anymore. So they're trying to wrangle a drug because it's not the human talking, it's meth talking, you know? But meth has a good point or two sometimes. But so when you see them struggling and running, and I don't know if there's a list of people that have died, you know, on intervention, like how many of them go back out, because it's hard, you know? It's fucking tough, especially with a lot of the drugs that they're doing. It's tough. But that's the type of shit intervention directory. It's always shocking to find out one of the addicts profiled has died. Is it? Is it always shocking? How many we got? 1, keep just going down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, just keep going. Yeah. So these are all the people that the show Intervention did not help. Isn't that shocking?
There's so many.
Everyone on Intervention died. Every single human being on Intervention that they profiled has been killed by drugs, which is horrible. It's almost like making a TV show out of the worst moment in someone's life doesn't make it better. It almost feels like that. It almost feels like making a televised event out of the most deeply shameful and horrible moment in a human being's existence doesn't give them the tools they need to succeed. God. All of these, presumed overdose. Brittany Lauren, unconfirmed. Look at her. Look at the face. They go, cause of death, unconfirmed. I'm going to go, let me offer a guess. Can I, R.I.P. Britt, but can I offer a guess? But that's what I mean about these shows, right? These shows are, but maybe they would have saved those kids in Idaho if they had had a show about this guy, right? If they made some, they don't really make shows about awkward white guys who would be school shooters or fucking, mass murderers like incels. They don't have an incel island, right? Why not have an incel island? Why not tap that? I mean, that's a big online market. Everybody's interested in digital collaboration. It's very good. It's digital too. They have a big digital base. It's called Incel Island. And we take a lot of people that would be school shooters or Nazis and we put them on an island. It's amazing.